God is not allergic to Satan's cooties. Felt like that needed to be said. Feeling a little extra spicy today, so let's just dispel some of the devil's lies, shall we? I've noticed that a lot of people tend to have more of an unhealthy fear of the enemy than they have a healthy fear of God. They act like God is Superman and Satan is his kryptonite. Nothing could be further from the truth. God's not afraid of Satan, Satan's afraid of God. Don't get it twisted. And while yes, he does hate sin because it hurts his children, he's not scared of it. Jesus literally became sin. He died on the cross, took the whole world's sin on him, and then he went into hell for 3 days. I think it's important for us to remember the hierarchy here. We don't have to be afraid of Satan because our daddy's got our back. So just to reiterate my point, God is not afraid of Satan's cooties. He's not allergic to them, and neither are you. When Jesus told Peter, "This is the rock on which I build my church, and the gates of hell will not be able to stand against it," here's what he meant. Gates are put at the entrance of something, right? So if there's the entrance of hell, what does that mean for us as the church? We are intended to storm the gates of hell, and hell will not be able to stand when we come running after it. We're not meant to be afraid of the darkness. We are meant to pursue it, because light cannot cast out darkness if light avoids it. Now, don't hear what I'm not saying. Don't twist my words. I'm not saying we intermingle with the darkness. I'm saying we go after it so that only light is left. But if you find yourself constantly afraid of the enemy, constantly afraid of what's going to happen to you, I think you maybe just need to get to know your Father better. Because if you knew how much he loved you, you would not be afraid of nothing. Perfect love casts out fear. So if you need help getting to that point, I want to be that person for you. I've got so many videos on my page talking about how to get you one step closer to your Father. So feel free to follow along and go back and look at some of those older videos that might help. But if you don't have time for that and you're like, I just want all of the information in one place where it's organized, it's concise, it's neat, then I have a resource for you. This is my book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless. It is everything I learned over a 3-year period of deepening my relationship with God. It talks about how to hear God's voice, how to find your promises, your identity, your purpose, peace, intimacy, and what the journey should look like. So if you need a little help getting to know your Heavenly Father a little bit better, this is a great resource for you. I also wrote a journal that's intended to complement it. It is Go Ask God the Journal. It's 120 question prompts. You can ask God these questions and then journal the answers down below, just so you can practice hearing his voice a little more. Both of these are available on TikTok Shop, on Amazon, or on my website, yourfriendcaitlin.com. But take it from someone who used to be a former scaredy cat. This is not how you're meant to be. This is not just the way you are. It's just a matter of going a little deeper with God.